Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is January 14th, 9:01 a.m. Got on the stream a minute late. Looking at Instagram, man. Just getting lost in the Instagram. And I have been today is a IG day. I gotta get back on track. I've been trying. Well, I've been doing, not just trying. I've been doing. I've been posting every day. Um, Start of the year, I started posting 3 times a day on my comedy fitness page, but that slowed up this week. So I gotta do a lot of editing today. Got a lot of stuff today. I also have to find a day that I need to troubleshoot the sound in the studio because the sound is off and that needs to be fixed before the next Comedy Fitness Live, which is Monday at 7:30. This is the Triggered Yogi podcast chat. We go live every day, 30 minutes in the morning, talk about what has come up for me over the last day or week or what have you. Sometimes these triggers turn into resentment. Sometimes they live for more than a day, man. Do you experience that? Does that happen? That happens. Yeah, sometimes they live more than a day. Hopefully they don't live more than 2 days, but sometimes that happens, bro. I had a week where a comic triggered me, and that lasted all week, man. That lasted all week. That lasted all week. We talked about it, but we're over it now. But man, that was a whole week of me just feeling a type of way. So that's what we talk about here on this 30-minute stream. I talk about that. I also fall into the chat when the chat gets active. It's been a little slow motion over the last couple of days. I know kids are back to school. The kids are back to school. So, the troll activity is a little slower, which is good, you know. I don't mind the trolls, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind the trolls as long as it's fun. As long as it's fun. When it gets ridiculous, then we just gonna block you. That's what's gonna happen. No real theme today, man. No real triggers coming up. Other than I gotta get back on track. Listen, on Tuesday, it doesn't happen after every show, but usually on Tuesday I'm a little bit exhausted from the Comedy Fitness Live show the night before. And this Tuesday, yeah, it was a rest day, you feel me? And I worked last night. So it was a rest day all day. Then I worked last night and worked late. I worked security. I worked late, up early. So today's a get back to work day, man. Today is a get back to work day. I see a couple people tuning in. This is the Triggered Coffee live stream, baby. If something's coming up for you, drop it into the chat. Let's talk about it. Nothing really coming up for me, man. Nothing really coming up for me. My son's been having an interesting little attitude over the last couple of days. Not really sure what that's about, other than I think he's just feeling and processing some disappointment when it comes to like his production on the basketball court. Hi, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. So, just trying to give my son space. He's 16. He's a teenager, man. He's a teenager. Shit's gonna come up, man. That's a part of it. So yeah, this could be a short little live stream. Every time I think that the live stream is going to be short because the chat is slow and I don't really have much to talk about, the chat picks up and people start talking and then things come to mind and we make it to that 30 minutes. So would like to make it to that 30 minutes. Oh, you know what? You know what I could talk about, man? Listen, so I do security, and I've been thinking since I'm doing security, I'm only doing security a couple nights a week right now, but I've been thinking, man, if I really got my carrier's permit, I would be able to find jobs that made a little bit more money. What do you think about Nick Fute? I don't know who that is. So I have no thoughts. No thoughts about it, about that person. But I could see you like anime. Is he or something like that? So anyways, I've been thinking, it's like, man, if I maybe stepped my security game up, maybe I could slide into some spaces and earn a little bit more money. So I started looking for like tactical guard training, and I found one. I found one close to my house in Burbank, tactical training. I went to it. It was like a state-of-the-art place. It wasn't real guns, but it was a lot of like very realistic guns. They had these like VR rooms where it's like the whole wall was TV screens. And man, it was intense. I was not ready. What's the topic on your channel? This is the Triggered Coffee stream. I talk about my triggers. I talk about what's coming up. I talk about the good, bad, and ugly of what I'm going through, how I handle triggers. And I welcome the chat to slide in and talk about things that are coming up, and we kind of discuss it. That's what's going on here. Thanks for asking. Could you please search up my friend's content? His name is Neil. He's a fan of you. Nope. Not doing it. Not searching up nobody's content for no reason. What were you talking about? No. And that's kind of strange to just jump on live streams and like, hey, while you're live streaming, can you go look at someone else's content? What are you talking about? So yeah, I went to this tactical training. I went to this tactical training, and man, you just reminded me of something, man. Like, here I am thinking I don't have any triggers and nothing's triggering me, and I lied, man. My family's been triggering the hell out of me, man. Your comment on Donald Trump, man. Listen, the only comment I have on Donald Trump is that my mother is crazy over like politics. At times, it's not all the time, but because I don't really concern myself with a lot of the stuff. Like, I pay attention, but I don't like, listen, it's beyond my control. Someone else asked me this. I'm just the type of person, if I don't have direct control of results, of actions, if it's out of my reach, I'm not gonna get too emotionally involved. I just don't do that. I know some people are like, how can you not get emotional about what's happening in the world? Easy. For me, easy. How can you not, all the things happening in the world, how can you not get emotional? Easy. It's, oh man, you should try it. Easy. I don't get emotionally involved in a lot of things. I used to. Now, listen, I used to. And guess what? It was such a waste of energy. I mean, Black Lives Matter. I was out there marching, pandemic. It was such a waste of energy. And then to come to find out, the organizer, here we are marching for Black Lives Matter. Meanwhile, the people, the founders of Black Lives Matter are just embezzling money. Bro, the world is, I'm trying not to cuss. The world, people, bro, it's wild out here. How often does that happen? You get emotionally involved in like politics and things like that, and then it's nothing like what you thought it was gonna like. Most of the stuff you think you understand because the news is feeding you stuff, so you think you understand. You think you know what's going on. Because there's all these radio stations where people, intellectuals, and this is what my mom does. She listens to all these radio stations where these, intellectuals, these political intellectuals are just talking. But these people are idiots too. They're idiots, and you're listening to idiots, and now you're going and. Anyways, my mom, she's just on a rampage. I tried to call her, and. She was just going on and on and on and on and on, dude, and it was just wild. Let me dive into this chat. So that's really just that to answer your comment on Donald Trump. I got no comments on Donald Trump. He's hilarious. I'll say that. It could be informative, but yeah, strange. Thanks for your comments, guys. Thanks for sliding in the chat. When you have 2 viewers, you mean you might want to keep them happy. Who are you? Who are you, Luke? Keep them happy by what? By like following their instructions? Nah. You think I care about 2 viewers, Luke? Luke, my friend. I think you care about the wrong things. I don't. I care about quality content, and my quality content stays in alignment with what I'm doing. So it does not matter if there's 0 viewers. I'm going to be here. I'm pulling up. I'm committed. Maybe you should adjust and really understand what commitment looks like. I don't form to what you got going on. That's not the way results happen. I don't change for you to keep you happy. Somebody I don't even know you. You're just a thumbnail and a little ridiculous name. Nice try, Luke. But I feel like you could be young because you're young-minded. Grow up. Anyways, hello, dear. Where are you from? I'm in LA. All right, Luke, you're out of here, bro. Good talking to you. You're out of here. All right. But, dude, have a heart. It's common. Human being is called people who are blind by their heart. Sure. Okay. Have a heart. Okay. What do you mean by have a heart? Okay. Let's talk about that. So what I was talking about is I don't get emotionally involved. I'm not telling you not to. But what I did say is try it. So me not getting emotionally involved in things that I can't control is not having a heart. Now you reacting and responding to saying like, oh, I need to have a heart because I don't get emotionally involved in things I can't control. That's you being too sensitive. Because me not getting emotionally involved in things I can't control isn't not having a heart. And I let people, you get to have your experience. Like, that's fine. Now, what I said is talking with my mom, who is so emotionally involved and so overwhelmed because she's listening to these news channels all the time. So when we talk, we can't have a loving connecting phone call, and we're not talking every day. She lives in Sacramento, I live in Los Angeles. We're not talking every day. So our time talking, she's on her lunch break, was overwhelmed by her venting about events in the country and just a lot of fear base, and me saying how uncomfortable. That's not me not having a heart. So maybe you need to adjust your level of thinking, because that's a very emotional response based on somebody else's coping mechanism and how they live their life. Like, oh, you don't have a heart. immaturity, man. You guys need to grow up a little bit. It's what is going on in the country. Like, you guys are thinking everybody's perspective needs to align with yours because this is how you feel and you haven't been able to train your thinking in a different way. So yeah, you just need to grow up a little bit. I mean, I don't know how old you guys are. Sometimes I feel like the chat is extremely young because this is very young-minded of ways of thinking. You look like CJ. I don't know who CJ is. What about Palestine and Israel? What about it, man? There's a lot going on over there. What about it? If you could truly answer to one question about the universe, humanity, or yourself, what would it be? That's nice, man. Look at you, Fox. I like these kind of questions. Here we go, chat. Here we go, chat. Let me read this again. If you could truly know the answer to one question about the universe, humanity, yourself, what would it be? Why? This would be my question. Why do we want connection so bad, but we run from it? We run from it. As human beings, we have such a weird relationship with connection. Look at us. Look at us. You guys are searching to find somebody on the internet, right? To connect, right? We go to comedy shows, we go outside, we go to work. We want to connect so much, but our emotions are so powerful and they get in the way that we have such a distorted relationship with how to connect with each other. And I don't get why that is. And let's take the chat, for example. I say one thing about my perspective that doesn't align with something that you feel in your perspective, and right away you emotionally react, you're triggered, and you emotionally react with insult or disconnected. So that's my question. Why do we have such a problem with connection? Why can't we get it? Why can't we get it as human beings? I know that we all want to connect. It's in us. It's in us. We're almost a body. We're an organism. Human beings we are. But we have all these issues. Racism, sexism, homophobia, all these issues that separate us. And that's the question I have for the universe. And how can we figure that out? Because it is not working. I respect your comment. Thanks, man. But thank you for the question, man. That was a great question. Fox Daily Motivations. Thank you for that question, man. That was great. Who cares? What? Oh, my goodness, man. We were doing so good, and here comes some ridiculous questions, man. See ya. Have a good day. All right, chat. What'd we do? Oh, man, we got to 18 minutes. The chat got fun for a second. You guys slid in for a second. We talked about some things. Had a good question. Love that. I was talking about my mom. Yeah, she triggered me. You're from the USA, right? Yep, I live in Los Angeles. And there's something like, here's the interesting thing about my family, my immediate family, my mother, my father, my brother, and my sister, and myself. Because the same things come up over and over and over again. And the interesting thing about us is we're all in different places. My sister lives in Florida. My brother lives in Washington. I live in Los Angeles. My mom lives in Northern California. And we all kind of malfunction around the same time. Do you know what I mean by malfunction? Like when just people start acting out of character, but maybe it is in character because they do it often. It's like a seasonal thing where people just get a little bit more aggressive or angry or a little bit more, or maybe, you know, what I experienced with my family is my family just like goes dark. We stop talking to each other. And yeah, that's happening right now. And it just all unrelated, isolated things, and we're all doing it. And it's just such a strange thing that my family does. My sister decided to stop talking to me. She hasn't talked to me in over a week for no reason. She made up a reason. She said I didn't answer her phone call because I was busy. It had nothing to do with anything. I am a grown up, you know, things come up. My brother, he's been this way for the last couple of years, and my mom, you know, I talked about how my mom wigged out on me, and then I wigged out on her back. My dad's not talking to me right now because the Steelers lost. I like the Steelers, man. I was rooting for them, but they didn't just lose. They got beat up. They got beat up on. I'm a Seahawk fan. My dad's lived in Seattle. My dad's lived in Tacoma for 50 years. It's time. All right? It's time to be a Seahawk fan, and that's it. You hear me? Nah, I get loyalty. I get loyalty to your team. I get that. But when I was a kid, he wasn't a Seahawk. He wasn't a Steelers fan. He wasn't a football fan. I could not get my dad to watch football with me when I was growing up. And I asked. So, now I'm an adult. I'm out the house. Now you're a Steelers fan. And now you get all emotionally involved in the Steelers. No. Nice, New York City. I've never been to New York. It looks like a magical place. I gotta get there one of these days. Gotta get there one of these days. All right, man. If the chat is dried up, we will end this a little bit early. We are running. We are turning the corner towards the end of the stream. I do got some editing that I got to dive into. The chat was it was all right today. It was all right. We had Luke fall in with some insults, and that's, you know, that's what happens on the internet. So, you ever tried calling your sis by yourself? So, yes, I tried calling her. I texted her, and I did that for the last few days. No response. So I had my cousin. I reached out to my cousin to just tell my sister, or to just reach out to my sister and see if she was okay. And then she sent me this long text about why she's not talking to me, which was pretty much because she needed me. I wasn't there for her. And she tried calling me and that kind of thing. So yeah, I did try calling my sister. Now, it's funny, the interesting thing about my sister is me and my sister never really had a great relationship growing up. Over the last 3 or 4 years, we have had off and on such a magical connected relationship. And over the last year, it has been the most consistent that we've had this just really beautiful relationship. But I do know, like, old habits die hard, and sliding back into old ways is very easy. And I just have noticed, like, this is what we do as a family. We slide back in, and my job is to not collect any resentment towards her, like when she wants to come out of this, when she wants to come out of this victim mentality, as if I did something wrong, as if I or intentionally did not answer the phone or intentionally ignored her. You know, our brains are wild. We make up so many stories. And that's what I see with my brother. My brother has developed this very distorted life based on all the people in his life and what they've done to him. It's victim mentality. It's a terrible way to cope with life. It's the worst way. It's the worst way. And when you're in it, it's really like you have to do so much work to get out of it. And my brother is deep in it, and I don't know if he'll ever get out of it. Hey, yo, I'm a sub you, my brother. You deserve it. Sub me. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm a sub you. So that's really what's going on with my sister, you know. Something I've learned lately. Oh, you can give me a subscribe. I'm still learning this lingo, man. It really shows you how old and out of touch I am. I don't even know the language on this fucking thing, man. Oh. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. What's up, Trinity? What's up? Good to see you again. Cass, I really appreciate that subscription. Yeah, man, this is gonna be I can't really go. I mean, I do want to do some like some fun stuff. I'm thinking about doing like some things with my son, like some opening box things, and I do want to do some goofy things, but I'm a fitness instructor, I'm a yoga instructor, I'm a health and wellness person. I've been doing that for like 30 years. I played college sports, and I've also been through some stuff, man, and I've had to adjust a lot of things in my life. So I do like talking about that, and I think the world is a little short of mentors and people that are actually helping each other, you know, direct each other's steps, because this is a tough life, man. There's a lot of things going on in the planet, and you know what makes it confusing is when we bounce into each other. You know, like it's a confusing thing for somebody that has parents, that parents have programs that are toxic and they operate it in them. And a lot of kids have parents that operate it in toxic programs. And these kids are trying to learn, right? But you're learning from people that don't know either. And I think this happens more often than we like to realize, that we're being taught by people that are fucked up. Yeah. Every man does need goofiness. I do goofy shit too. On Monday I have a comedy variety show called Comedy Fitness. We go live Monday at 7:30. That's on my Comedy Fitness live page. So I do goofy stuff. I'm a stand-up comedian, actor. I do all kinds of stuff, man. So I keep it silly sometimes, but I tighten up. I tighten up too. And in the morning, it's tight. I got work to do. I got to do some editing, building a studio. This Yoga Leroy Studios is a big vision that I've had for like 4 years. It's starting to come together. So I'm producing podcasts and streaming live shows out of my backyard right now. We've had 3 live comedy shows back here. I do stream those live as well. Good Company Comedy was the first one. It is in my it is in the live section on my YouTube channel. Do I live with my son? Yes. Yes, the young bull is here in the house. Mario, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Man, Trinity Mario just joined the chat. We are at 30, but I'll go another 5 minutes. If you guys got anything you want to drop in, any questions, comments, concerns, let's talk about it. I'll go maybe 5 or 10 more minutes on the stream because it's good to see familiar faces. It really is. But the moral of the story of this chat today, I think, is something that has been coming up for me over the last 2 or 3 months, maybe even all of the holiday season, is finding ways to not add more resentment in my being based on the things that are coming up that don't make sense. How often do you experience something within your relationship that's like, what? This doesn't make sense. Like, why are you treating me this way? This doesn't make sense. I don't get it. And it brings in, it welcomes like these resentments to come in. And those are the toxic things that don't serve you. It's not going to serve me. It's not going to serve me to hold any resentment. As much as like right now, how I feel, I want to hold resentment towards my mom and my sister, my brother for how they're treating me. But how they're treating me is based on their perception of their reality. Even though it's not my reality, that's their reality. And it's just a confusing thing. This is a confusing dance we go through as human beings, man. We're so complex and so strange. Basically, bro, I'm in high school. Yeah, man, high school. My son's in high school. He's a junior. How old is my son? He's 16. Young bull in these streets, trying to get better at basketball. He's a straight A student. Very proud of that young guy. And now that we're talking about my son, I will tell you that all these things that are confusing when it comes to people, specifically my family, which is what we're talking about, my family, all these relationships that I've been trying really hard to work at and they just still don't work, and it feels like there's nothing I could do about it. The one thing that's not confusing is my relationship with my son. And that is such a blessing to my life. So at the end of the day, I get to put away all these things and just focus on my son. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, you know. Got into it with my brother yesterday. And after that was over, I was like, cool, I get to put that away and focus on my son. My sister's not talking to me for whatever reason. Cool. I get to put that away and focus on my son. My mom is wigging out for some reason about politics. Cool. I get to put that away and focus on my son. My dad's mad that the Steelers lost and he's not answering his phone. Cool. I get to put that away and focus on my son. And that's how I handle my life in this moment. And when I say I get to put that away, Put it away, meaning when it comes back up, I get to address it. But I'm not going to focus on a relationship that doesn't want to give me the love, respect, and energy that I feel I'm trying to give you. So if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to play this tennis match, and you feel like you need to punish me for whatever reason, this is what we do as human beings. We punish each other. Like, oh, I didn't agree with this way you were to me. You didn't answer the phone when I needed you. So I'm going to put you on punishment. So if you want to punish me, I'm going to put it away. I'm not going to adhere to your punishment. My brother's been punishing me for 2 years. I'm not going to adhere to your punishment. You know, that's a low vibrating way of connecting and showing love and support. And I'm not, you can punish me in your mind, but I'm not taking the punishment. What I'm doing is I'm going to put that away and I'm going to focus on my son. And that's my process. So yeah, that's what I'm going through, man. I really woke up like I don't have any triggers. And here I go, just going on and on about a really big trigger, which is my immediate family. It's a huge trigger. And I have been dealing with that. I don't know why that didn't really come to mind. I guess it's because it's so personal. Maybe it's not something I really wanted to talk about on the stream, but that's real, man. Relationships are hard to maintain. That's why I stick to myself. I hear you. They are really hard, especially the older you get. Because the older you get, the more real life gets. Do you feel that? Do you feel how real life gets the older you get? It gets so real. But I feel also, you know, people that have known you all your life, like your immediate family, they expect a certain level of attention as if we were still like in high school or still teenagers or still young adults. But it's like, nah, we are grown ups. You know, and yeah, it's extremely tough. It's extremely difficult, but I don't ever want to, you know, above all, the people that I'm talking about in my family, my brother, my sister, my mom, and my dad, my sister has showed me she is so valuable when she is grounded and connected because she is so loving, she's so caring, she's so supporting. She's amazing. I've really seen my sister blossom into this amazing human being. So above all these other relationships, like my brother, he's been the same way for 20 years. To expect him to change, not likely. My mom, she's been this way her entire life since I've known her. To expect her to change, and she's in her 70s, not likely. My dad, same thing. But my sister, that's a different story. So giving my sister space and grace, you know, not holding any resentment. And this isn't the first time that this happened. This happened many of times where she kind of decided to stop talking to me. So it's just a thing. It's just a thing. Hello, Hazel. Hazy. I'm sorry. It's still early, or maybe I just can't read. You have beautiful eyes. No Diddy, but that's Diddy. You can't say no Diddy when you Diddy. You can't say it. But thank you. Can't say no Diddy when you Diddy. When you're in the middle of Diddying. But I do appreciate the compliment. Hassie. Am I saying that right? Hassie. Hassai? I know. I apologize. We went through this last time. Man. So I'm not saying, so it's not Hassie. I feel like it should be. It is Hassie. Cool. Boom. did it. We came to it. I won't mess it up again, I'll tell you that. They don't get me bricks, so I can't be Diddy. Okay, fair enough. Lassie Hassie. I love it. Yeah, man. So we kind of talked about a lot today. Hassie, you just kind of joined in, but I've been talking about my family a lot because this morning I've been dealing with some weird family dynamics between my immediate family. I didn't even really know it was triggering me so much. Yeah, my family, my sister, my brother, and my parents are kind of not talking to me right now. And it's not the same thing. It's all different things. It's all different things. My brother hasn't been talking to me off and on for a couple years. My sister, I will say 4 months, she decides to stop talking to me. My dad's not talking to me because the Steelers lost. I don't know why that's my fault, but he's not talking to me because of that. But they didn't just lose; they got beat up. No, all right, that's not my fault. And my mom, it's mutual with my mom. We're not talking to each other. I called her yesterday, and is she is she's being my mom, and it wasn't a good conversation. So been talking about that. That's been the triggers that have been coming up for me. Trying doing my best to not hold any resentment towards the things that are coming up when it comes to like them deciding that I'm the villain in their story, and just focusing on my son and the things that matter in my life right now, the physical things that I could see, you know. A lot of times, like our family, like maybe our immediate family, our brothers and sisters, like things like for instance, like my family, we don't live anywhere near each other, but we'll try to punish each other. But it's like I got a whole family right here physically, so I have other things to really worry about than your stories. So I take care of my mama, trust and believe I know this woman now. That's a sad situation to be in. Yeah, such is life, man. Life is interesting. What's up? Life is interesting. But this has been my family dynamic for a very long time. So but at the same time, it has been my family dynamic, my immediate family dynamic. My family, my son and my wife, we don't operate like this. But my immediate family, this is how we operate. And I believe it's because this is how our parents taught us to operate. This is how they operate, and this is how me and my brother and sister, we operate. This is how I've been dealing with this for a long time. So you would think I'd be used to it, but I'm not used to it. It hurts. It's very triggering and frustrating when it happens. And you would expect me to be used to it with my brother, because over the last 2 years, he's decided that, well, actually, our relationship has always been a roller coaster. But over the last 2 years, he's decided to like do this cutting me off thing where he's like blocked me on social media, and he's not, and he doesn't tell me about things that are happening in the family because he lives close to my dad. And I don't know. That's been happening for 2 years. So you think I'd be used to it? Every now and then I try to make amends. I try to open the door, and he just does not want that at all. Or I don't know. I that's the most confusing relationship. But at this point, I'm really over it. I'm moving on. So after last night's little text battle, I'm definitely over it. So, and I'm a grown up. I got other things to focus on. All right, man. Man, 45 minutes, we did it. I'm over here just yapping. Just going on. That's why I got to keep this at 30 minutes. Because you know what I'll do? I'll just yap. You just got to understand why they're doing that. Bro, there's no understanding somebody that operates from a place of victim mentality is kind of what I've talked to the stream about. It doesn't make sense. And the interesting thing about my brother, he's extremely bright and intelligent. And he knows how to intellectually make things make sense even when they don't. Unfortunately for him, I'm not a person that could be manipulated in that way. But what my brother, I mean, it's clear to me what my brother is kind of dealing with. He's dealing with things in his life that he's not happy with, results, and he needs people to blame. It's a victim mentality. So it's never going to make sense. It's never going to be an understanding, especially if somebody needs some other people to blame for their results. It's never going to make sense. A lot of people don't do their own work. There's work to be done. There is work to be done. And it's something I will pat myself on the back. I do my work. I don't make my work other people's work. If I'm not feeling well, I'm going and seeking help. I'm going to therapy or anger management, or I'm doing my work. I'm figuring things out. I don't blame my feelings or my situations or my results on other people. There used to be a time that I did. It was never my brother or my sister. I would always blame my parents. I would blame my parents. I think that's something that we all kind of fall into at times. We blame our parents for our results. But I don't do that anymore. It is not my parents' fault. My results aren't my parents' fault. They're my fault. Sure, I had programs that maybe I've learned from my parents, but they didn't know any better. It's not like it was intentional. Like my parents didn't wake up and say, we're going to fuck this kid up mentally. We're going to give him some bad programs. That's not how that works, I think most people, I can't say everybody, there are some shitty ass parents out there, but my parents definitely did the best that they could with what was going on in their lives. So yeah. There's the relationship with me and my brother, there's no making sense of it. When he decides to wake up, then we can move forward. Until then, I'ma do me, baby. All right, man, that's it for me. We almost hit 50. Goodness gracious, I've been on the chat just yapping. Y'all just let me yap. This is the Trigger Coffee live stream. It's usually a 30-minute live stream, like it short and sweet, talk about my triggers, but I guess we did have a lot to kind of discuss today. The family dynamic is a big trigger, and I guess I could just go on forever about it. It's a lot for me. It really is. I know that most of us experience this in life. We all have families, and we all have brothers and sisters, parents, and it's a lot, So thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. You know what I'm saying? Young Boss, appreciate you sliding through. Hassie, thanks for popping in. Good to see you again. Trinity, time travel was here. Good to see you again. Thanks for jumping in the chat. Let's see who else we got. Mario, appreciate it. Caspin, appreciate you coming by, stopping through. All right, folks, have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Wednesday. I'll be back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. And see you then. Peace.